Still walking, still getting them steps in. A lot of y'all say you breathing too hard. It's all right. I breathe hard like this too when I'm on top of your girlfriend. Nah, I'm just kidding. But look, I'm about to tell y'all how greed got me caught up. This is a cold story. After I got caught up with this, I did 4 years after doing 10 years in the state pen. Greed got me put back in prison for 4 more years. Let's talk about it. That's my old job. Conical fillers right here in the city of Carson. Now I'm gonna tell y'all how I got caught up. How I went from making $3,000 a week on the turnaround and about $1,400 a week on my regular 40 hours. I got greedy, that wasn't enough for me. I wanted more money. When you grow up in the hood, you're never satisfied, but technically $4,000 a week and $3,000 a week is enough money to make it happen. You could pay your bills, you could go out on a date, and you know you're getting another $1,400 or $3,000 on the turnaround for the guys who work at the oil refinery. You know what I'm talking about. But anyway, let's get to the good part, man. I was working right there with them pipes and stuff at. I don't know if y'all know what you're looking at, but I was working right there and I got into it with one of my co-workers. He asked me to do something. At this time, I'm a youngster. I told him I'm not doing it. No matter how much money I made, I still had the street mentality. I told him, when we get off work, we gonna get cracking in the parking lot. He went and snitched on me. I seen him on the streets, and I rolled up on the side of his car when I seen him, and I did my hand like this, like I was pointing a pistol at him, and he got me fired. Well, he got me fired from this location, right? So I left this location, went to another oil refinery, and the money wasn't the same no more. It wasn't the same. Them turnarounds while I was making that $3,000 a week, all that stuff was over with. That stuff was a wrap. I went to hustling, y'all. I went on the block and I called myself trying to sell bud. I seen my people at the time making a nice chunk of change. I seen him sell an ounce like this. And it's the time that ounces was going for like $3.50, $3.75. After he sold that ounce, he sold another ounce, just like that. I said, hey man, that bud rolling like that? He said, yeah. I said, man, I need to get me a pound of that. I got me a pound of that, started hustling, man. So I would go to work, get off work, go back to the spot, sell me some bud. Money good. So now the little change that I'm making at work, I'm getting off the clock, going to the spot, making more money. Bought me a lowrider, a white Cadillac Brougham, front and back, switches on it. I'm living a life. I got all the females in the hood, Rick Rock. They jumping in my car. I'm pulling up to hotel rooms. I even laid the car down. If you got hydraulics, you lay the ass of the car down. I was putting them on top of the car, hitting them on the top of the car, man. Having a ball. This after doing 10 years in the state penitentiary. So one day, I go to the spot. This day was different. Make my money. I even shot dice with a couple of power rules over there at the spot. I think I broke them on the dice. Won all they money. On my way to the house, man, I think I told y'all, for y'all that don't know, I'm gonna tell you again. 2 youngsters was walking towards the house. They say, hey, what's such and such at? I said, he up in the house, I'm finna go get him. I go up in the house, I tell my folks, hey man, some youngsters out there, your clients out there, they trying to get a sack or whatever they trying to get. I'm pretty sure that's what they was coming to get. Now, remind you, I'm not thinking nothing of it. Soon as I go outside, this fast, I didn't do nothing but walk in the house, tell my folks, 2 youngsters outside, I think they trying to get some work. When I walk back outside, Compton sheriffs got the 2 young dudes jacked up. They see me come out the yard, out the garage, and they say, hey, come here. So as I'm coming towards the gate, I thought about it like, man, I ain't got to leave out my yard. I'm not doing that. So they say, come here. So I turned around to walk because I had a couple of sacks in my pocket, which wasn't nothing but some bud. Probably wouldn't have been nothing major. But after doing 10 years in the pen, you ain't thinking about how small this work I got in my pocket is. You thinking about going back to jail. So I ran. I thought I locked the front gate. I didn't lock it. Police come behind me. Everybody that was in the back room ran out the backyard, hopped the gate on Rosecrans. They got on. I tried to run through the other door. My grandfather heard the commotion. He was coming towards where all the noise was at, and I ran into him, didn't want to trample over him and run him over. I threw my hands up. I'm like, forget it. I had already threw the weed that I had in my pocket behind the stove in the kitchen, right? Now, they didn't have those little cameras that they got on. If they would have had them cameras on, I'd still be free. Right now, I'm gonna turn around. I ain't finna walk way down here. I would have been free. So I'm just knowing, all right, I probably do a violation. Parole violation, it ain't nothing. They hit the garage. The police say, I got it. I seen him throw it. I'm like, what? See, I'm saying to myself, seen me throw what? Man, they picked the strap up. We got you. We seen you throw it. I said, man, I ain't threw shit. I ain't threw nothing. He said, who the judge gonna believe? Me or you? When he said that, I knew it was over. Now, that's the crazy part about the whole thing. I didn't even have to do none of that. I had a good job, making good money. Y'all probably can't see through the gate. Let me turn it around. I was making good money right here at Conoco Phillips, right here in Carson, and many other oil refineries. Making that bankroll, man. I go back to jail. I do 4 years. The whole time I was sitting in jail, for the 4 years, I couldn't believe it. It seemed like the 10 years that I did, it seemed like I was only on the streets for a week, right? I had took a deal 4 years with 80%, even though I didn't have a strap. The gun was my people's gun. They left it in the garage, didn't put it up. They didn't take the charge and say, hey, that was mine. But I was like, it is what it is. Hey, they found it. I'm gonna ride it out. It is what it is. So I took a deal for 4 years. Man, I sit up in there. That was the longest time of my life. That 4 years was longer than that 10-year sentence. When I came out, when I got out of jail, I went back to the oil refinery. This time I was probably what, I don't know what level I went back when I got out, but I ended up becoming a journeyman. Throughout the state of California, I'm a certified journeyman. I got my game up, got all the way up. But as time went by, a lot of my people that I was knowing, they started passing away. Now, I don't know if they passed away because of the chemicals up in here, but a few of them, like one of the homies from Pasadena, Denver Lane, he got cancer. One of the homies from Lantana Block, he passed away. He had cancer. Another homie I know, he passed away. Another homie I know, he had cancer from the mob. He passed away. Ace, man, shout out to my boy Ace, man. Ace was my supervisor, man. He was a good homie. So when I started seeing all these dudes pass away from cancer, like I was saying in my other video, sometimes when things happen, you don't realize why it's happening But sometimes it be a blessing, man. By all my homeboys passing away, I said, you know what? I'm cool. I'm straight. I ain't going back up in there. So I quit the oil refinery job, man. And I went back to hustling, you know what I'm saying, getting my paper. And then I gave all that stuff up. I wasn't doing nothing illegal, you know. I was just hustling, flipping cars, flipping lowriders, going to the auction, buying vehicles, reselling them. You know what I'm saying? Kept a little change in my pocket. I was able to pay my bills. But man, at the end of the day, bro, greed almost got me a life sentence. I almost got struck out because of that pistol, man. That would have been my third strike. I took a deal for 4 with 80. I had a lawyer. And I've been home since 2013 now. I've been home going on, 13 years? I haven't been back. What I realized was, Rock, take it one day at a time. Slow down. You can't be greedy. Take the money that you're making, learn how to manage it. It's not how much money you make, it's how much money you manage. And that's a story how greed led me back in the penitentiary. The streets, the street gang, the street life led me back in the penitentiary. So I advise all y'all, if you young in your 20s and you watching me, don't make the same mistake I made, being greedy. If you got a job, appreciate the job that you got, work that job hard, stack your money up, retire, and throw your feet up. It's Compton Rick Rock with Compton Rick Rock TV. Man, I'm bringing this bringing back memories. I can smell that coker over there. For the people that worked at the oil refinery, you know what I'm talking about. I can smell that coker, and I can smell a little bit of that H2S up in there. I'll catch all of y'all on the next one.